Yo, what's up? Got a new tutorial for you today. First off, click the ring button, click the like, do the thing, do the stuff. I got the Spotify account. Click the follow button. I got music coming out all the time. Great stuff. My music's gonna be playing in the background during this tutorial. Now let's get started. First off, I got a new toy for you. I made. It's really simple. It's in this downloadable project here. So I'm going to open the project that you're going to download. So as it's opening, I'll kind of tell you what it is. It's a noise toy. What it does is it creates noise. That's it. So I've got this noise tool here. It's right here, noise. It's an audio effect, and so you can drop it anywhere. You can drop an audio effect, and what it does is it creates noise. That's the only thing. There are no parameters on it. There's nothing you can do with it. You can turn it off and you can turn it on. That's it. And so it's super simple. And a word of caution: before you do anything with it, it's loud. So don't go dropping it on a track before you know where you're dropping it, and make sure that there's something to quiet it down afterward, something to mute it, something to stop it from creating noise. Super important. Otherwise you'll like noise out of nowhere, you know? Like, check this out. I'm gonna go ahead and turn this track on here. It's off right now, and I'm turning this on. The only thing on it is this noise plugin. I'm gonna turn it up. Literally noise. That's it. So quick little something. I'm gonna turn it up to 0 because it's loud. So this is full volume, right? So if you put this on a track without doing anything, just noise out of nowhere. It might, like, if your headphones are loud, it might be what, you know. So like, careful with it, please. But it's like that for a reason. Now check it out. As you download this project, there's an effect track here for you to play with. This is kind of like the beginning starting point of what you can do with it, and I highly suggest moving from here, putting some auto pans on it, taking the sync to like 180 or 0, or you know, whatever makes it into a tremolo, and like putting like some stutters on it or something, you know, adding some stuff to the tail, playing with stereo width, stuff like that. And then what you can do is, check this out. The noise is in the beginning of this signal chain, right? So we know that this is creating noise, and as it creates noise, it goes into this utility. The utility's gain is set to 0. So as we turn the gain up on our macro controls over here, we start to hear it, right? And now on this EQ8, as we turn this up, we have the ability to trim the sonic spectrum of this noise. And after we do that, we have the ability to add some tail to it, add some reverb and delay kind of width, because it's kind of ping-ponging in the delay back and forth. And then the reverb is kind of like making it a little bigger in the stereo, and they're both giving it this tail. So once we turn it off, it kind of like slopes down into nothingness instead of immediate cutoff, you know? So we have this tail on it now. Now, another fun thing we can do is put a sidechain compressor on it. Now, in this set, there's no audio from on the sidechain. You know, you have to click here, go to your kick drum, find where it is, and I've made it so that the sidechain is set to 0, and then you can turn your sidechain up or turn it down, so you can affect how much it's affected by the kick, how much the noise is ducked out of place. So it makes it super fun to play with. Now this is, you know, it can be fun for production. What I really designed it for is performance. So check this out. I've got another Ableton computer running to my right over here, and I'm going to show you how I play with this. So this is how I like to make it work. I made this loop here. Nothing too special. It's a loop to like play with, you know. It's a loop. Right? So the idea with the noise tool is that you can map the macro knobs that I have there, the high pass, low pass, gain, sidechain, tail, to some macro knobs. Like for me, I have each one of these buttons on the APC set up to assign 8 different macro knobs over here. And I have a different video on that. If you have questions, please leave a comment. And on number 7, we have the noise. So what I also have in this project is when I on this crossfader right here, when I put it to the right, you hear the kick kind of drops out and we get some reverb and some delay on the percussion. And when we flip it back to the left, we get the effects go dry again. So this idea with this is it turns it turns on my percussion effects, because I can turn it to the right and turn my percussion effects off at the same time, right? So it's the same whether it's on the left or right. It's turning the effects on. So over here, when it's dry and my effects are off, I can turn my effects to do something special and then turn them on, and my percussion kind of drops out, gets a little lo-fi in there, you know, like it's like kind of doing its thing, and then I can bring it back. So the idea is it's like a dry wet effect slider, so I can just slam my effects in and out of the mix how I like. Now I've also tied my noise plugin to this, so when it's to the right, the noise is available. When I turn it to the left, it turns off the audio effect rack, cutting off the effect, turning off the noise effect. But the tail still happens, is the thing. So it allows me to kind of have this electronic dance music noise sweep for like a build up, and then at the end of the build up, I can turn off the effect, and I still have the noise tail going over like the drop, as the tail itself is side chained to the kick that just popped in as I turn my drum effects off and I turn the noise off. So a quick example to that. This is an OK loop, you know, nothing special, but just, you know, to kind of show you how it works. So as you see, it's a very performance-based tool. So as you're playing around, once you get a loop going, the idea that I see with performance and looping is you create one loop. How do you consistently alter that loop to make it seem like you're doing more than one thing? The idea is, because you only have 2 hands, the idea is you want to trick the audience into thinking that you're doing so much, and you are doing those things. You are doing them. Nothing's pre-done here. I'm doing them. But it sounds like all these other things are happening because I click this button over here and I transpose my lineup. And I can take the loop and I can bend and stretch the parts and reform them into new parts very easily. So I can take each part of the loop and make it something else pretty easily, and then add some effects, and then slam all of it away to go back to the original foundation of the loop. And the idea is to be able to do that with one set of loop and create another set of loop and be able to A/B between them as you can modify the loops as you like. So you really only have 2 very simple loops that you're going A and B between, right? And then you have all of these abilities to change those loops in ways that seem like you're doing a whole nother thing. But you really just have these principles that you can bend the loops around with, you know? So you modify them, you change them, and you do stuff like that. You add effects, you add dynamics to the loop, and then you slam it back down to what the audience is familiar with, the original loop that you wrote. And then you can A/B between these loops and create this song, you know? Then you can mix them up for like a C section and all this stuff. Super duper cool. So that's pretty much the idea with the noise machine. It's another way to bring a dynamic range to your looping performances. I think it's super duper fun. It's super fun. I highly recommend adding some other stuff in here. This is a very simple, signal chain. I'm sure you have all your own tricks up your sleeves, add those in here, do your thing. And this is downloadable for Twitch subs, and it's downloadable for Patreon subs. So the idea with that is, by subbing, both of them are $5. I prefer Patreon sub because I get to see more of it, and you get to download this. You get to download this whole set right here, and then you get to download my other chop machine, which is a thing where I do thing check yo you feel me? So there's like that one. There's my APC VU meter. It's like going up and down. You see that with the volume and stuff like that. And like 50 tracks worth of sample packs and stuff that I made from scratch, and 13 and a half hours of royalty-free tunes, all for $5. So including this, if this is cool and you'd like to see what else I come out with, for $5 you also get the next thing I come out with, and the next thing I come out with, and the next thing I come out with. So please, if you like what I'm doing, support me. You can do it, 'cause I believe in you. So yeah, I believe in you. Do the thing. Let's make the world a fun place to be in. Am I right? Or am I right? So yeah, I'll see you next time. Bye.